Hello everyone. Now we have to discuss the transient state analysis of series RL circuit. In that we have to discuss natural response. So last class we had a discussion that series RL circuit with forced response. Then what is the difference between natural response and forced response is, in case of forced response we are providing supply voltage. In case of natural response we don't have any supply voltage. Means what? Source free circuits. We are having source free circuit. Okay, so first I would like to recall the last class. Let us say forced response, right? For that the circuit is what? We have a supply voltage and then switch R, L are connected in series, right? This is Vs, this is switch, this is R, this is L. When the switch is closed we have a current, that is forced response. So for this the response is what? It is exponentially. We are having like this, right? This is I, this is Is, which is equals to V by R, right? This is exponentially rising. What is the equation? I, which is equals to Is into 1 minus e power minus t by tau, right? This is the current equation we got from this forced response. Now we have to discuss natural response. Then coming to natural response, the circuit diagram first we have to get. Same as it is, supply voltage plus minus, this is one terminal and this is another terminal. Now we have, let us say this is R, this is L, right? Now listen carefully, from here to here we have a path. Then this is the position of the switch. Okay, let us say this is the position of the switch S, this is S dash. See, when the position of the switch is from S to S dash, obviously this is the circuit, right? This is the loop. We don't have any supply voltage. The circuit is de-energized. The circuit is de-energized. That is nothing but what? A natural response. This is R, this is L. That's it. This is a circuit for natural response. This is what? Forced response. Already we discussed this forced response in the last class. Okay. So for this, what is the response we have to analyze? This is the response for forced response. Now we have to get the response for natural response. We have to write one important point. When the switch is closed, the circuit is reaches to steady state. Okay, when the switch is closed the circuit is reaches to steady state. that is at t which is equals to infinite, and then the voltage is what? Then suddenly the voltage is withdrawn. If the voltage is withdrawn by opening, when it is withdrawn, when the switch is moving the position from S to S dash, withdrawn by opening the switch S and throwing it to S dash, that's it. It is from S to S dash, that is suddenly, instantaneously we have to change the position of the switch. Then we have a simple same analysis by KVL. Now we have to get by KVL, when the switch is moving from S to S dash, obviously this is the loop, right? Because you don't have any supply voltage, therefore by using KVL, I into R plus L into di by dt, which is equals to 0. I into R plus L into di by dt, which is equals to 0, which is nothing but what? You can write that point. Voltage source is withdrawn by opening the switch. So from that, what we are having? Di by dt plus I into R by L, which is equals to 0. This is looks like what? Dy by dx plus Ax, which is equals to 0. When it is dy by dx plus Ax, which is equals to b, is nothing but non-homogeneous. Now it is what? Dy by dx plus Ax, which is equals to 0. This is what? Homogeneous, right? Homogeneous. Therefore the general solution is what? Therefore solution which is equals to complementary function only. We don't have any particular integral if it is homogeneous function. That is, what is that meaning? That is natural response I, we have to calculate I, right, which is equals to current of complementary function. That's it. We have to calculate ICF, that's it. Then what is the nature? Natural response I is equals to complementary function notation is what? Now it is k into e power minus R by L into t, but here it is not k, it is C, it is the switch is from S to S dash. Now it is what? K to K dash. Clear? So this is the representation of the current. So here we don't have any value of K dash, therefore we have to get the value of K dash. Let us say this is one. So we all know that when the switch is closed, the circuit is reaches to steady state. When it is steady state, what will happen? The steady state current is nothing but what? V by R. That is the steady state value of that current. But when the switch is open, means instantaneously we are opening the switch, and we all know that inductor does not allow sudden change in current. Therefore, the final value of that case should be equals to initial value of this case, that is I is equals to V by R. Okay, already we discussed this point in case of initial and final conditions lecture, right? We have to write that point. However, at t is equals to 0 plus, the inductor will keep the steady state current that is P by R, right? Even what is the value of steady state current when it is forced response? Obviously we are having V by R, right? Even the switch is thrown to position K, even the switch is thrown to position S dash, which is nothing but what? Short circuiting the RL and withdrawing the voltage source. That is, we all know that inductor does not allow sudden change in current. Therefore, I at an angle 0 plus, which is equals to IL at an angle, sorry, not angle, sorry, you can say that 0 minus, which is equals to what? I steady state, right? Which is equals to what? V by R. Simply, that is when t is equals to 0, I is equals to V by R. Simply, this is the conclusion, because this is the value of the steady state current when the switch is closed for long time. That is the current we have to consider. When t is equals to 0, I is equals to what? V by R. Then substitute this condition in 2. Let us say this is 2. Consider initial condition from 2. Therefore, equation 1 becomes, what is the equation 1? I is equals to K dash e power minus R by L into T. I is equals to V by R. We all know that is the initial condition, because that is the steady state current, which is equals to K dash into e power minus R by L, T is equals to 0. From this, E by R, which is equals to K dash. So this is the value of arbitrary constant K dash. Okay. Finally, natural response is what? I, which is equals to, in place of K dash we are having V by R e power minus T by tau. The tau is nothing but what? Time constant, right? The tau is nothing but time constant. L by R. So this is the natural response of the circuit when the circuit is de-energized, that is, there is no supply voltage. Okay. Then tell me, is it exponentially rising function or exponentially decaying function? Let us substitute. If t is equals to 1 tau, if t is equals to 1 tau, what is the value of, then I, which is equals to, what is the value we are having? Is e power minus 1. Therefore I is equals to what? 0.368 is. That's it. When t is equals to 1 tau, we are having the current is what? 0.368 is. Then we have to write, this is time constant. Okay, therefore we have to write we observe that the current, or you can say decaying current, if you have any doubt, substitute the values of t. When t is equals to 1 tau, 2 tau, 3 tau, like that, we are going to get the decaying function. The decaying current will reach to 36.8% of, is it initial current or final current? Is is what? Is it initial steady state current? That is the initial condition, right? This is the initial condition. So we observe that the decaying current will reach to 36.8% of initial current. In case of forced response, what we have, that is 69% of final current, right? Here it is 36.8% of initial current. These observations are very, very important. Just you have to remember this percentage as well as whether it is initial or final current. Okay, next, yeah, we have completed this. Therefore response is what? This is I, this is time, 0, 1 tau, 2 tau, 3 tau, 4 tau, 5 tau, 6 tau, and this is what? Is, which is equals to V by R. Okay, Is is 1, but at 1 tau it is what? 0.368. I think this is the point. Therefore the response is so like this we have to get. This is what? Exponentially decaying function. We all know that if it is 1 minus e power minus t by tau, that is exponentially rising. If it is e power minus t by tau, that is decaying function. Exponentially decaying. Okay, when it comes to forced response, that is exponentially rising function. When it comes to natural response, it is exponentially decaying function. That's it. Now we have to get the voltage across resistor, inductor and instantaneous powers. Okay, first I would like to take VR, which is nothing but I into R, right, which is equals to V into e power minus t by tau, like that. What about VL, which is nothing but Vs minus VR. We all know that Vs is 0, simply minus VR. Therefore VL, which is equals to what? Minus V e power minus t by tau. Clear? Then tell me, this is what? Exponentially decaying. This is also exponentially decaying, but in reverse order. See, we have what? Negative value. exactly reverse of VR, exactly reverse of VR, exponential decaying in reverse direction, exponentially decaying in reverse direction. Okay, let us say this is VR, this is BL, which is equals to what? Minus VR, right? Therefore VR is what? Exponentially decaying, right? V into e power minus, like this. What about VL? Simply it is like this. Okay, this is VL, like that. This is VR. That's it. This is about V, voltage across resistor, voltage across inductor in natural response. Next, instantaneous powers. Simply what we have? PR, right? Which is equals to what? VR into I, which is equals to simply V square by R e power minus 2 t by tau, like that. PL, which is equals to VL into I. Finally what we have? V square by R minus V square by R e power minus 2t by tau. These are the instantaneous powers of resistor and inductor. That's it. Okay, this is the response of force and natural response. This is very, very important.